Hello, friends. Hope this finds you well. Recently, I had a chance to host a live webinar with several people on there who shared their own personal stories of their transformation, and I wanted to give you a chance to meet them individually. So, I have someone I'd like to bring up and get you a chance to meet, and so let me just do that here and introduce you to Kathy. This is my friend Kathy that I met back in my sorority days, which was more than a couple of years ago. And we've stayed in touch over the years and reconnected recently. And it's been super fun to work with her. Kathy is a semi retired entrepreneur. She and her husband Andy have a store called Fleet Feet in the East Village here in Des Moines. And she also teaches people things like CPR and first aid. And she just has a heart for helping people. So it's been great to work with her, and I'd love to have her come off mute and share with you about her journey. So let me stop share so you can see her better. And Kathy, over to you.
Hi, thanks, Rebecca, for inviting me to participate. I have been so blessed by actually jumping in, and I'll tell everybody how that happened. So I appreciate your support and David's throughout all this journey. Um, I gained weight when I had my daughter 30 years ago and never let it go. So I was obese, as Brian had mentioned. And when we got the store, I was the extra large person, or the one in the 1X, who was describing to all the other skinny employees what that look felt like. My doctor had been telling me for 20 years, you got to lose weight. You're over 45. There are health risks associated with that. And I went to Peru in January of 2022. It took me 7 hours to do a 4 hour hike. We had to hire someone extra to stay with me because I was so slow and running out of breath. Um, and I was losing classmates to heart attacks. And the kicker, and I was watching Rebecca all this time, inviting people, and I was saying, I don't want to do a program. I don't want to do a program. I can do this. And then one night, I woke up in the morning and Andy was sleeping. My husband was sleeping on the couch in the family room. And I said, how come? And he said, you were snoring so loud I couldn't sleep. And that was it. I am not going to live the rest of my life like that. And I made a beeline to Rebecca and have been so faithful to the program. All four of those aspects are so important. I did all my reading, and I still continue to do some of that. And I stayed in touch with the community on the Facebook page. I stayed in touch with her still weekly. I ate exactly what was said for the fuelings. If I had to travel, I called her and she helped me figure that out. Um, and I even had some glitches in how my body responded to some things. And it was important for me that I shared that with my doctor, my coach, nutrition, and they helped me morph the whole plan so that my body was cooperating. And so I just really appreciate the flexibility of personalizing what is needed. And nutrition is just amazing. So at any rate, in 4 months, I had lost 55 pounds. And a year and a half later is when you see that picture of me in the race and in my daughter's wedding, at my daughter's wedding. Um, so I've been able to keep it off. And my goal for 2024 is to do a chin up like I saw another coach do. And I want to have a strong core because those are things that will prevent a lot of the feelings of pain that you get as you get older. And I am on Medicare this year. So um, it's important for me to keep that strength. And in January, November of this last year, I was able to go to Norway and trips around with my daughter. And so I just have so much more energy and can do so many more things. Um, and I'm still working on my why and remembering what that is. And I have been able to help coach a friend. I was not really thinking about it. And a friend said, well, so are you going to coach me? Because otherwise I'm going to get somebody else. And so I said, okay, I'll do that. And now I have been able to work with clients who, despite traumatic events, have continued to lose weight. And one of them said, I feel sexy now for the first time in years. Another couple have gotten off or down on their medicines quite a bit. They're being active with their families for the first time and really setting the example. And it is just really fun to watch people's lives transform. So I am grateful to David and to Rebecca and to everybody else who posts on Facebook and encourages everyone. And I hope everyone has such a wonderful experience.
Thank you so much, Kathy. Well, you're incredibly inspiring to all of us, and it's just been a joy to see what you do, not only for yourself, but what you've been able to do for others. You know, I'm just going to pop your pictures back up here again so people can see as you were talking. There's, you know, Kathy in her race gear, and then, you know, Peru, where she was struggling, to what she looked like now in Norway. And there she is with her handsome husband, Andy, as they were celebrating their daughter's wedding. So it's fantastic.